Hello everyone, and welcome to the vibrant and historic city of Bristol. A place bursting with creativity, history, iconic landmarks, and a unique, relaxed atmosphere that not many cities manage to capture. I'm Rosie, and in this video, I'm excited to share my top 10 things to do in Bristol. 1. Clifton Suspension Bridge. We begin our adventure in the expansive green hills that overlook the city, because here we can find the iconic Clifton Suspension Bridge. Could you imagine that just a short 20-minute walk from the literal centre of Bristol and you get here? This bridge spans the dramatic Cheddar Gorge and dates all the way back to 1864. It was designed by the renowned architect Isambard Kingdom Brunel, which you will hear much more about towards the end of the video. But the views from this spot, just beside Clifton Observatory, are absolutely breathtaking. And what's more, from here you can enjoy so many walks through the varied nature of the Clifton Downs, as Bristol is just a city surrounded with peaceful natural green scenery. 2. Bristol Harbour and Wapping Wharf. But we're actually heading away from all that down the hill towards the heart of the city, which I would say is Bristol Harbour. This bustling area is filled with restaurants and bars. Some of the most interesting are housed inside these shipping containers at the trendy Wapping Wharf, making it a perfect place to get a bite to eat. The harbour, though, is also home to a long and interesting history. What you see today was mostly designed in the early 1800s, with Bristol being a major port. And many of these original elements are still on show today, like these historic cranes, the old train tracks, and this specific crane, which is actually the only one of its kind in the entire world. And it's something that you would just so easily walk past. Bristol is full of things like this to keep an eye out for whilst exploring. This harbour really was the point where we began to see just how unique Bristol is. And I think it's the perfect place to go to immediately feel the effect that this city can have on you. 3. Cannons Marsh. From here, let's walk slightly inland through Cannons Marsh, which is a lively area right beside the harbour. There are so many museums and fun things to do in this creative part of the city. So I would definitely suggest a nice stroll through it, especially to get to our next stop. 4. Bristol Cathedral. Bristol Cathedral. This magnificent building dates back to the 12th century, and it's a stunning example of Gothic architecture. We were blown away by the intricate details and the peaceful atmosphere inside. But this cathedral is even more than that, to be honest, because it's located inside this beautiful green space. A great place to relax on a sunny day, surrounded by these grand buildings before continuing your adventure through Bristol. 5. Bristol Shopping Street and Banksy Art. And to do that, we don't actually have to walk far, because the square is located right at the foot of Bristol's most famous shopping street. We did some fun window shopping here. We actually popped into a small bookstore, just picked up a cool book from the £5 or less bookshop, and they had some really good titles in there. And of course, we stopped off to admire Banksy's well-hung lover artwork, which if you look very carefully, you can spot just hidden here somewhere upon this street. 6. Bristol Museum and Art Gallery. This street is a must visit, not just for its shops and beautiful view from the top, but for what you can find at the end of it, which is the Bristol Museum and Art Gallery, which is honestly one of my favourite museums in England, because it really has something for everyone. From Egyptian mummies to dinosaur skeletons, and a fine art gallery right at the top. It's the perfect size, giving you just enough to spend a couple of hours around here, and really give you a bit of a snapshot of so much history and art on display. 7. Brandon Hill Park and Cabot Tower. Now, as I mentioned back at the start of the video, Bristol is a very green city, and the parks here are another real highlight. For example, after the museum, we headed to Brandon Hill Park, which is actually the oldest public park in the city. And it's a perfectly peaceful place, offering panoramic views of the city, and also the Cabot Tower, which you can see sticking up from the centre of the park. You can even climb up it if you like to get even more stunning views. 8. SS Great Britain. And also earlier in the video, you may remember I mentioned Isambard Kingdom Brunel. And he didn't only design that suspension bridge. He also designed 3 iconic ships, one of which is right here in Bristol. This is the SS Great Britain, often called the world's first great ocean liner. Today you can explore this entire ship from the decks to the engine room. And you can even go down into the dry dock to see some of the ship's hull from below. Fun fact, although this ship made countless voyages across the Atlantic, the dry dock that it sits in today was actually the very dry dock that it was built in all those years ago. 9. Day trips from Bristol. Durham Park, Lacock and Cheddar Gorge. Now, I did also promise I would tell you a little bit about Bristol's unique surroundings as well as the city. So let me just give you a few ideas now for a great day trip from Bristol. Obviously, you can venture into the picturesque Cotswolds that sit just north of Bristol. One beautiful place just a 20-minute drive from Bristol is Durham Park with its stunning gardens and deer park. And slightly further afield, if you want that Cotswold village vibe, is Lacock. And this one is not just a charming village because it's actually famous for being used as a set for Hogwarts in the Harry Potter films. Both these places are perfect to escape from the hustle and bustle of the city for a little bit. Another incredible day trip from Bristol, and going south this time, is actually Cheddar Gorge. Famous throughout the entirety of England, this dramatic limestone natural wonder with towering cliffs is just a stunning place to explore. 10. Day trip to Bath. And finally, just a 30-minute drive from Bristol, you can find the unmissable historic city of Bath. Bath is famous for its Roman baths, which are some of the best preserved Roman architecture in Britain. It's also famous for its iconic Georgian architecture and its beautiful natural surroundings, really making it a perfect day trip from Bristol. And if you do like the look of this city, by the way, please do feel free to check out my full top 10 things to do in Bath for an even more in-depth look into this beautiful city. And so, there you have it. Those are my top 10 things to do in and around Bristol. We absolutely loved exploring this vibrant city and its surrounding areas. There's so much to see and do. You could easily spend days here. Everything in this video was recorded within one day, so you can definitely do it. But I think I would certainly advise spending a little bit more time here to really discover the hidden places around every corner and see everything that Bristol has to offer. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other places that you think I missed out of this video. That way we can all share ideas and explore even more of this beautiful city. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe for more travel adventures. I'm Rosie, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.